the military in Nigeria says 21 of the girls kidnapped in the north of the country have been freed by Boko Haram. More than 200 girls were abducted in 2014 from their school. It caused a global outcry and led to the social media campaign Bring Back Our Girls. Well, for the very latest on this, let's speak to Sophia Adengo, who's in the capital of Nigeria, Abuja. Sophia, good to speak to you. So just bring us the latest. What's taken place and where are these girls now?
Well, Kamali, the latest developments from the Nigerian presidency and also from the Department of State Services have confirmed indeed that the girls have been released. The total number is suspected to be about 21, although this is what the DSS is calling the first batch of the girls to be released based on negotiations between the Nigerian government, of course, and the leadership of Boko Haram. And what the Nigerian government is admitting to is indeed a negotiation in which there was a prisoner swap. The girls for Boko Haram members that have been in the custody of the Nigerian military. And what we do know also, what we have been receiving as reports from the press conference that was held by the presidency and also very live updates from their online Twitter page is that the Nigerian government is still in the process of negotiating the full release of the girls. And at the moment, President Muhammadu Buhari has overseen, of course, the news and the release of the girls and is on his way to Germany at the moment to attend a meeting. However, the spokesperson for the Nigerian government has confirmed the release of these girls. They are currently in the custody of the DSS until such a time as they will be, what we know, will be handed over to the Nigerian, vice president. At the moment, we're not really quite sure why, but this is the report that we have so far. And of course, the story is developing, but the reports from this morning is indeed the girls have been released, about 21 in number. Kamali.
And Sophia, just quickly then, if you would, has there been response from some of the girls' families yet? Of course, we don't know the identity of these girls yet, but of course, the girls' families have been very vocal in their criticism of what had taken place.
Well, Kamali, we have been working very closely with members of Bring Back Our Girls, the campaign that has driven the process of the release of the girls, putting pressure on the government. And they have given us feedback that the families are slowly coming to terms with the fact that one of their girls could be amongst the first batch, as they're being called, to be released to the Nigerian government. The Nigerian government has released this information, but of course, the names of the girls will be released probably in the next hour. And the parents of these girls will be able to ascertain whether or not their girls are on the list. Kamali.
Okay, Sophia, for now from Abuja, thank you. Well, for more on this, let's speak to Fidelis Mbah, our correspondent. Fidelis, so we've heard there from Sophia that this was perhaps a prisoner swap. What more detail do you know of exactly why this may have taken place now?
Well, it's not actually more like confirmed, but this has been on the table for several months now, because even with the previous administration of the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, the main demand of the Boko Haram has been that release our fighters, our commanders who've been in detention for about 2 years, and we'll release these girls. So if this is happening, it will be something that the parents and the Bring Back Our Girls campaigners will be happy about. But again, you're looking at it beyond the prisoner swap. There are other reasons that could be more like speculated to be the reason why these things are, that these girls have been released. One of them is there's famine in that region, in the northeast region of Nigeria. There's no food, even for people who are outside. And Boko Haram is holding these girls in believed to be holding them in Sambisa Forest, a large, area where they don't have access to food. They've been going to villages to attack, to get food, to take into, to their hideout. But recently, the military has curtailed their excesses and tried to more like keep them off villages where they can have access to food. So they will have been running shortage of food, and they want to also release. They have about 200 of these girls. They want to maybe also release some part of them as part of, more like as an incentive to encourage government to see the reason to come to them. Then the other reason could be that, they are afraid of further bombardments, and they want to try to more reduce, the focus on them, because they've been continued military bombardment on their hideouts. And that is actually telling on them with casualties recorded almost on a daily basis.
And just as quickly as you can, Fidelis, just tell us that there's an interesting way that this negotiation took place, wasn't it? There were other parties involved, not just the Nigerian government.
Yes, with the Swiss government coming and with the Red Cross. Yeah, I'm sure many people who've been following this will be excited that the Red Cross is actually finally coming to the table, because before now we've had in the past where some groups came up. In fact, one of the times they even more like swindled the Nigerian government of millions of dollars, where they said these girls will be released in return for ransom. And some people collected this money and bolted away. So people now hearing that Red Cross is involved and the Swiss government is involved, it will be something that people will be happy about, and they will expect that more success will be recorded in terms of ensuring that these girls return home to their parents.
We hope so, and we follow it throughout the day. Fidelis, thank you for now.